Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. Tracy here, and boy is it nippy out there today. In fact, it's bitter out there today, really mega cold. And I can't find my favourite gloves anywhere. I've lost them, which is very sad. And they were the only pair that I used to wear. And I can't think of the life of me where they could be. Looked everywhere, except where they are, of course. And I even checked today, when I went out with Michael, I even checked in the Nando's we went to, but nobody had handed them in. But they were so snazzy, I doubt that people would. But anyway, I've got a cloth pair, well, knitted pair, which are a bit big really. So I'm wearing those at the moment, but I hope I find them because they were my favourite driving gloves and, well, favourite everything gloves really. Anyway, how are you guys? I went to Hobbycraft with Gary. He got himself some modelling bits. They hardly had any modelling bits for him, but he got himself a couple of paints and some brushes and some kind of board that is probably to do with model making. And yeah, I did get some yarn, and I used my £5 off birthday present. And I met a nice guy behind the counter. I think his name was Craig. I can't remember. But I said to him to come onto my channel and say hello, but I'm not sure that he will. Whenever I tell people to do that, I very rarely get them to do it. The only one that ever did was someone I was on holiday with on a cruise, and then they come and said hello. But I haven't seen him since. Maybe. I don't know. They might still be out there. Say hello if you are. So I've got really stingy eyes, and that's because it was so cold, and when the wind whips you in the eye, it's just like they freeze your eyeballs. Instead of fricasseeing your eyeballs out, it freezes them out, and then you just stream in because the wind is making you cry and making your eyes water. It was just horrible. It was the only bit of me that was cold and in the elements. So after we did the Hobbycraft thing, we went down the town and went in HMV. I had a little mooch around House of Fraser. Nothing. They've really changed that shop. They've ruined it. They've absolutely ruined it. There was nothing that I liked even. So it was quite easy not to spend money. Usually when you don't want to spend money, you see loads. Oh, excuse me, I had an awful night's sleep. I say awful, I stayed up and watched the skating, so it's my fault I went to bed late. And it's on again this evening. But I had to find it on iPlayer again. I just don't know what's going on with the recordings of that. But I found it anyway. So I watched that, and then I went to bed, and I woke up 2 hours after. Then I went back to sleep, and I woke up about 3 hours after. And then I could hear Gary trying to be quiet while he was washing up, and I thought, oh, I may as well just get up. So I did, and so I've been up early, bed late. So that's why I yawned. I do apologise, but I am quite tired today. I don't know if I look tired, but I certainly feel it, and my eyes are, because they are, well, they've been frozen and then thawed. So, yeah, achy eyes. Anyway, I've got my special cup, my mum cup. Yay! With tea. First one since getting home. But I had to do the washing before I could settle down and hang all that to dry. And so then I brought my yarn in, and I'll do a little video about that in a minute. It's a bit messy at the back here, isn't it? It's all these whips that I've got going on. Soon to be tutorials. But yeah, so Gary got me some Lush while we were out. He wanted to get himself some, excuse me. Oh, I'm really sorry. He wanted to get me some too, but there's not many I can have in there now because we used to buy each other a lot of Lush. I didn't know I was allergic to limonene back then. And it used to, well, it wasn't Lush, but everything I used to give me sort of every now and then a boil. And I could never figure out why. And they were always in leg area, thighs, and awful places as well. Sore places, you know, tender areas. And so, funny enough, never on the top half, you know, always sort of thighs and just really, really soft tissue. But anyway, once I discovered I was allergic to limonene and I cut it out, and I've got any more. So looking at the ingredients list on the back of each card they have in there, so many of them have limonene, but they're shower gels, which are massively overpriced, don't. Well, I say they don't, most of them do, but there are some that don't. Like there's one called, is it Date Night? Like as in dates, and like figs and dates, that sort of thing. And one that was called Ruffle, which does smell like Ruffles, you know, the sweeties. And there was another one, but I didn't get that. But I've got Yognog, which I've got a big one of Yognog, and that's glittery, and that's got no limonene. So yeah, they've got a date night, you know what they call, bubble bar. You know that they do the bath bombs, and then they do those kind of melts. That's what they're called. And they've got one of those, but they said, oh, we're not allowed to sell that until tomorrow. That's when it's launched. It's like, oh, we're not going to come all the way back. So if they've still got it next time, we'll get it. But Gary got himself some normal bath bombs because he has them. And he got me a couple. There wasn't many that I could have. There was one that had Mum on it and Butterball. And there's a rosy one, which he got me 2 of. And there was this cupcake, which was a Mother's Day one, and none of them had limonene. All the rest, all the ones that like Dragon's Egg, I used to love that. It's got limonene, so I can't have it. So anyway, he got me some of that, and he bought a few albums, which no doubt we can blast later on. That was it really, and we came home. I'm gonna yawn again, sorry. Actually, no, we didn't. We went to the Saver Centre. Gary paid off the last bit of the Christmas cruise, and we had a Nando's and then came home. So I've had chicken, and they have the most amazing mayonnaise back. I always loved their mayonnaise. It was very lemony, and it always had this really nice taste with chicken. It was perfect. And then after we had all the pandemic and they had lockdown, their mayonnaise was boring, ordinary, tasteless mayonnaise. And I thought, oh, I really don't enjoy Nando's anymore. So we didn't go very much. And then I went out the other night with Michael because he wanted to buy me a not Mother's Day. He wanted to buy me a birthday meal. So I just went to Nando's. And I had the mayonnaise and I thought, oh, wow, it's back. So I've got a doggy bag with about 5 or 6 in. So put them in the fridge and then I can have them with stuff. Cheers, guys. Anyway, I stuck to my diet. I was really good. All I had was chicken, avocado and halloumi cheese. And no mayonnaise, of course. But yeah, everything was fine for me. So I've not been naughty. And Coke Zero I had. They do a lot of diet drinks in there now. They only used to have one. But with the sugar tax, there's now Dr. Pepper Zero. There's Fanta Zero. There's lots of them. So that's cool. More to choose from. Anyway, I always go for the Coke Zero because it's the taste. All of those things, that mayonnaise and the chicken and the Coke. It's just what I remember as being when I really enjoyed having Nando's before all that ridiculous lockdowns and stuff. So yeah, that's what we did. It is absolutely freezing. We just got home in time before rush hour started, which is for the best with the roadworks and everything. So Gary said, oh, that should finish this year, shouldn't it? And I went, I hope so. You know, it's just been such a long, arduous pain in the rear having all of those roadworks for all that time and keep moving them and keep putting 50-mile-an-hour speed limits on a 70-mile-an-hour road when it really is difficult, and there's nothing, no work being done. There's absolutely no reason to put that speed limit in place. But while we were on holiday, we kept seeing people getting fined and putting it all over Facebook. So we were lucky enough to not have that happen to us. And it's very annoying. Fluffy's in a bit of a mood. It was lovely and sunny this morning, and I put her out and I fed her, and then before I went out it was still sunny, so I fed her again. And when we got back, she was freezing, and so she told me off rather a lot, meowing, and I fed her again. And every time I go anywhere near the door, I get a load of abuse, loads of meowing at me. I don't know why. She's been fed 3 times, but it's not good enough. Not good enough at all. And she's got a heater. She's got her own personal heater. What cat has their own personal heater? Pampered. Pampered cat. Yeah. And she sleeps on all my leaflets, so I can't post them out. One of these days she'll be actually have the sulk then. I have to get her new boxes of something. But you know what it is? The minute I change those boxes, she won't go there anymore. It'll be like, that's not my box. What you done? Where's my box? Maybe I'll just take them out and put them in a different box and then trick her by making her think it's the same. Anyway, by masses of yarn. I got a bit though. And I did film the shopping. So there's a short and a link to what I bought. And then I did the shopping. So the shopping and it, I don't know, maybe I should have done the thing and a link to the shopping. But I think I said in it, if you want to see what I bought, have a look on the video below. So yeah, maybe that's going to have to be that one. But I've got to do all of them in a minute. Upload the others and, you know, do the things and film the unboxing. Gary's having a crash bang wallop out in the kitchen. Cheers, dears. Isn't it beautiful? I've got a little row of flowers on the inside. Very flowery on the outside. I can't tip it, but it's got mum both sides. Very nice. I love it. It's Cath Kidston. I really like it. Years ago I had a Cath Kidston mug, same shape, and it was turquoise. And it just had a pattern on, you know, like the Cath Kidston patterns like this one. And tea tasted so good out of it because it was china. And I really loved that mug. And I think it obviously got steved. Most things did in our family. They got steved and broken. So if he didn't nick them and swap them for beer money, then he broke it. So he didn't probably, you know, obviously didn't swap my cup for beer money. My bags he did. All sorts of my stuff if I left it lying around. So yeah, it's a wonder I still talk to him, really. Especially when I think of some of the bags I had. It's like, very annoying. Anyway, I tried my new bag out today. I say new, got it for Christmas. But I haven't used it. And so I thought today, oh, you got that bag for Christmas. It was like a, rather than, the one I'm using is like this bag, like a square with a crossbody strap. So I thought I'd try this one. It's more of a long one, and it had a front little pocket, which just fits my phone nicely, that pocket. But it's a struggle to get my purse in and out and stuff. So it's not as big as I'd like it to be on the inside. It looks big on the outside, but it really isn't. And usually, you know, you need them to be a bit of a TARDIS, whereas it's the opposite of a TARDIS. You know, looks big on the outside and then cramped as heck on the inside. Got a nice wide strap though, so it's not bad. And I saw a kind of nice one in River Island. I heard they're going, you know, that they're going to shut down. Anyway, I was pleasantly surprised this time by Hobbycraft in some ways, but not in all ways. I will reveal more in my yarn unboxing, which will be done soon. Before I forget, let's do the stuff. So Paul, my son, sent me a link to the Mandalorian movie trailer, and oh wow, it's called The Mandalorian and Grogu, and I can't wait to see it. I'm definitely going to go to the cinema to see that one. It's got Grogu. Okay, I think we've got the armourer because she's got fur on her armour. I always like to put the armourer in. Got a thing about her, haven't they? These people. Armourer. Anyway, let's have a joke, shall we? I might do two because they're small. How many knees do men really have? 3. Right knee, left knee, and their weenie. Weenie. How many parrots can you fit down a man's pants? Depends on the length of the perch. Gary, this is so bad. On the length of the perch. It's a saucy man. And I steamed my glasses up, so look, steam. I think I put too much heat in it on now. It was really so cold, and I thought I've got to warm this house up. I think it's off now. I'm not sure if I put it off then on again. I'll find out in a minute. But it's just there, so I'll get really, really hot. Weenie. I like that one. Oh, so I hope I can sleep tonight. A few nights now I've had a bit of a broken night. Remember I had that dream the other night, the weird one. So yeah, I don't know what's going on, why I'm doing that. But I don't like it, whatever it is. Waking up weird dreams and waking up for no reason at all. It's like, what? Ain't nobody got time for that. Need just to sleep. And, you know, wake up after 8 hours of bliss. That's what I need. That's what I get. So sorry that my tea looks scummy because my cup looks scummy, but it's not. It's perfectly clean. It really cleans up nice. It's a lovely cup. I like it a lot. Gary's reaction was like, another mug. We need to throw some mugs out because it won't fit in the cupboard. So my suggestion was that all of the sauces that live at the end of that cupboard go into the food cupboard over the other side, and that's more room for cups. He was like, no. I'm like, yeah, there's plenty of room in that cupboard for the sauces. We don't, and you know, we've got 6 salad creams. We don't need 6 salad creams, just need the one. Gary's obsessed with salad cream. We also have 2 ketchups and I can't even use it. So yeah, they can all go in the other cupboard, and that'll be more cuppage. You know, cuppage space. Need more cuppage space. So I'm not showing you what I'm making because, well, I just don't do that anymore. For, what's the word? Espionage reasons. What is espionage? So yeah, industrial espionage. Anyway, so I don't anymore because it kind of gets taken and stuff. I've got a very particular set of skills. Oh, that's a different Taken. Yeah, I love that film. If you give her back, I will not pursue you. Anyway, cheers, guys. So thirsty today. Every time we go out, I think I must buy some small bottles of water for the car. And every time we go out, forget. So just end up really mega thirsty. I think this diet kind of makes you have dry mouth and makes you thirsty a lot, especially if you have things like smoky bacon, which are my bacon that I have is always smoked bacon. So Gary made breakfast today and he made me a goose egg. Now, if you've been with me for quite some time and you've seen a goose egg before anyway, you know what I'm talking about. But these are this big. These are eggs that are like this big, and they are gigantic and they are gorgeous. So I had 1 egg and a few rashers of bacon to dip in because I can't have bread with my diet. But Gary had bread, so he dipped his soldiers in his eggie, but I had bacon dipped in mine. So good. So good. They are lovely. I do love a goose egg. And I was very shocked when we went go. I can't remember where we were, but I think it was just down the high street in like Sheerness. I had to go to the post office, and I went into one shop to see if they had that American magazine to do an open with me. That's where I buy it sometimes. It's called Crochet World or something, and they get, I think it's quarterly, and I thought I'll just go in on the off chance they might have it. And he went in a greengrocer's, so when he came out, he went, I bought goose eggs. I went, that's early, because they come out spring, you know. That is mega early, but I'm not looking a gift horse in the mouth. Yeah, I do love a goose egg. Anyway, I could give you a little sneaky peek of the yarn. It's right down there. But let's just say I didn't buy it for now. And I did like this yarn before. So I might give you a little clue. Anyway, I'm going to get off and upload this and do that video. I don't really have an awful lot of light, so I'm hoping it comes out okay. So thanks for watching, and hopefully tomorrow I won't be so tired, because I will have, hopefully, fingers crossed, everything crossed, that I have a good night's sleep. So take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye for now.